Take 4. On a hot summer morning, as my parents were driving to the beach, my father noticed a very peculiar sight. A car is parked upon the shoulder of the thoroughfare, and its rear engine was wafting with thick grey smoke. My father was a veteran firefighter who knew the smoke heralded imminent danger, but when he saw this little old lady in such a dangerous spot, he simply couldn't help himself, told my mother to listen to him for once in their lives, to stay put and bolt the door shut. Before jumping out himself and ignoring his own instructions, bolting across 3 full lanes of traffic with cars going zip zoom at 110 kilometers an hour in both directions, as everyone is honking at this tall, dark, and intimidating stranger suddenly just appearing out of nowhere and jumping in front of their cars as if he had a death wish. Getting to the other side of the road and beating frantically upon this old lady's window as he yells at her to get out of the car. Lady, get out of the car! My father, aforementionedly tall, broad, very big man, and dark-skinned, please don't make me imitate that, yelled for the lady to get out of the vehicle. When this little old white lady, who had just pulled over because her car was making funny sounds, sees this stranger beating on her window out of the blue, screaming at the top of his lungs that she needs to get out of the car, she was understandably very frightened. After getting her to roll down the window so she could hear him more clearly, he sees the smoking engine get even worse as the smoke begins to unfurl and coalesce with ever greater intensity, as if some beast is about to explode out of the hatch. He realizes he doesn't have the time, so, taking the opportunity afforded to him by the sudden crack in the window appearing, through which the lady is again beating the crap out of him with the cane that she had hidden on the side, reaches his hand all the way down, wrenches the door almost off its hinges, and then grabs the lady, wrenches her as well, although not by her hinges, throws her over his shoulder, and runs as far as he can from the imminent explosion, before finally throwing himself on top of this lady as a human shield. Boom! The car explodes. The lady, after a moment of stunned shock following the silence left by the vanishing roar of her now flaming vehicle, realizes how close she came to being in that blaze and what it would have entailed, and proceeds to lavish my father with tearful hugs and kisses as she realizes just how close she came to being in that blaze. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, thank you, you're my hero. Oh, no. After seeing all of this occur within mere moments of her husband spontaneously jumping out of their car, a deafening explosion, and a whoosh of smoke and fire, my mother was understandably very upset, but understanding and forgiving as well of the strange lipstick now covering my father's face and collar on their honeymoon. Remember, things aren't always as they seem. Sometimes a perceived threat can actually be a savior in disguise.